So for the people who don't know, my younger brother was in a car accident a few months back. It was a pretty bad car accident. He broke a lot of bones, pretty crucial bones. He broke his back. He broke both of his arms. He broke his ankle, his wrist, had a collapsed lung. A whole bunch of shit happened to him. He was really down bad, you know what I'm saying? But yesterday was the first day in months that I visually saw him walk. This was incredible to me, you know, seeing him. Let me paint this picture. I came in the day that it happened. I got a phone call from my mother, whatever, said your brother's in the hospital. Went to the hospital, ended up seeing him that day, and he was so fucked up, like fucked up. Blood and cuts all over him. You know, they hadn't even fully cleaned him up yet. He still had blood and shit all over him. He was just like barely able to talk. It was hurting him to breathe. And they had him hooked up to all these machines and shit. And this motherfucker's still cracking jokes and being his normal self. You know, that's just a testimony to his character. But seeing this was like, fuck. You know, like he's really, really hurt, you know? And so seeing all of this and then seeing him initially in the beginning and then watching his process, watching him recover, you know, him being in a state where he was so vulnerable and he had to let all of his pride go because he couldn't do anything for himself. He couldn't eat by himself. He had to have someone feed him. He had to have someone clean him up when he used the bathroom. And to be an adult male and having someone have to do these things for you is difficult. It's difficult. And a lot of people don't even understand what this feels like. I don't even know what this feels like. You get what I'm saying? I can't even imagine what this feels like. Yet and still, I forget how fucking grateful I am that I can use both of my arms, that I can feed myself, brush my own teeth, you know, all of these different things. Watching this process and watching him go through what he's gone through and getting to a place where he can walk now, he's trying to walk, starting to put pressure on his foot, is one of the craziest things that I've witnessed in person, seeing this level of overcoming and fighting through like extreme levels of adversity. I thrive on this type of shit. Like I love seeing people fight. You know, I mean, obviously, okay, I'll put it this way. Suffering is inevitable. And I don't think suffering is necessarily innately a bad thing. But I also don't like to see, you know, I don't think suffering is always there's children suffering. There's people all over this world suffering. But adversity it builds us. Adversity will build us. But seeing someone fight through the lowest, hardest, most adverse thing that's ever happened to them in their life, watching this front row and seeing the ups and downs in emotion and the ups and downs in your day-to-day mindset it's incredible. It's incredible. And what he's been able to overcome, to me, is one of the most inspiring things, like I said, that I've probably ever seen, witnessed person to person. And it makes me think about all of the shit that I've ever complained about, all of the shit that all of us fucking complain about just our regular day-to-day lives. And we're just so fucking ungrateful and we don't even realize how ungrateful we are. because it's like we have everything, so we have to find something to be upset about a lot of times. And I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's feelings, but at the same time, if you can have some perspective, because a lot of people don't have perspective, if you can have a little bit of perspective and see things from a different angle and not be so self-absorbed where it's all about you and how you feel, and see that, you know, things could be way worse. You could be going through something a lot more difficult, and be grateful for where you are. You'll be able to see that, damn, like, I'm tripping. I'm really tripping. Like, I'm not really even going through it. I'm just being ungrateful for what I do have and all of the blessings and abundance that is in my life. Because I can guarantee you that you have more blessings and more abundance in your life than you do have tragedy and so on and so forth. Incredible. Seeing him go from being so fucked up to trying to walk has been, it just, I guess when I did see it, when I finally saw what it's culminated into, it was just kind of mind-boggling and mind-blowing in that moment. And it's just so fucking inspiring to me, because I thrive off of this shit. I thrive off of just that overcoming, that just getting better, that going through some shit and being like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it. And then making it. You know what I'm saying? This has been my story, you know, of feeling like I was gonna give up on myself and being like, what the fuck is my life worth? And then not. And then pushing and pushing and pushing and you feel me? Beautiful. Shout out my brother, man. I love you. Once again, I appreciate all y'all watching. Salute and peace.